Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to another edition of Primetime News on TV1. I'm Charlotte Benedict for the Newsfirst team.
And I'm Piruni Karunaratna. Let's start off with a look at your top stories for tonight.
Large crowds at the Sirasa Vesak zone to pay reverence to sacred relics. Relics exposition ends tonight. President inaugurates clinical training and research block at Jaffna University's Faculty of Medicine. President distributes Urumaya deeds. Heavy showers and strong winds to continue. Fishermen advised against going out to sea.
The Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone was open to the general public for the second day today. The pandal depicting the Kattari Jatakeya at the Sirasa Namami Vesak zone was also illuminated this evening.
A Perahera was also organized at the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone. The many cultural items in the Perahera added much color to the event.
අපේ මේ ගින්දර උඩ තමයි මේ සංසාරේ කරගෙන්නේ. මේ පෙරහැරට අර්ථයක් තියෙනවා. පෙරහැරේ අර්ථය කියලා කියන්නේ දැන් ශාස්ත්‍රීයත්වයේ උදා කිරීම. ඒ වගේම තමයි මේ පෙරහැරක තිබෙනා වූ සංස්කෘතික අංගවල මූලාශ්‍ර තමයි එයට එකතු වුණා වූ ආගමික මූලාශ්‍ර පසුබිම. ඒ තුල තමයි මේ පෙරහැරේ
මේ සිරසා නමාමි සිරස වෙසක් කලාපයේ ඔබ වෙනුවෙන් මේ සංවිධානය කරපු මේ පෙරහැර නරඹන්නට ඔබට වෙනවා ඇති අති බහුතර ජනතාවක් ඒ වගේම පවුලක් විලස ආපු ඒ වගේම පවුලක් ලෙස ආපු ඒ වගේම දූ දරුවන් ඒ වගේම අපේ අම්මලා තාත්තලා මේ හැම දෙනාම මේ ස්ථානෙට එක්රොක් වී සිටිනවා මේ අපූර්ව ලස්සන පෙරහැර බලන්න. ඉතින් ඔබට වෙනද සජීවීව ගෙදර සිටිනවා නම් ඔබට සජීවීව මේ බලා ගන්න හැකියාව තියෙනවා.
ටික වෙලාව නිහඬ වුණේ මේ පෙරහැරේ නාදය පොඩ්ඩක් අහන්න සලස්වන්න ගෙදර මෙහෙරද කියලා. එහෙනම් අපි පෙරහැර වේදේ සංචාරය කරද්දී සුළු මොහොතකට සමුගන්නවා මේ ස්ථානයේ දහස් සංඛ්‍යාත පිරිසක් පෙරහැර නරඹනවා. අපි ඔවුන්ට අවස්ථාව දීලා
The Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone was declared open for today by Thusita Mendes, the Director General of the Department of Archaeology. Members of the Capital Maharaja Group, including Group Director Siobhan Daniel, were present at the event. The general public were given the opportunity to pay homage to the Sarvagni relics and the sacred Agrashravaka relics of Sariputta and Moggallana from 12 noon today. The Sarvagni relics were brought from the historic Kuragala Rajamahaviharya and the sacred Agrashravaka relics of Sariputta and Moggallana that were placed at the Maligakanda Agrashravaka temple were also brought down to the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone. Inspector General of Police Deshabandhu Tennakon also arrived at the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone to pay homage to the sacred relics.
ආත්ම ගණනාවකට පින් සිද්ධ වෙනවා මුළු සිරසටම අපේ ඇස් දෙකෙන් දැක ගැනීමටත් ලැබීමක් ලොකු දෙයක් පුතා සන්තෝෂයි සිරසට ගොඩාක් පින් මේ දේවල් පෙන්වන්න වන්දනා කරන්න ලබා දුන්නට ගොඩාක් පින් සිරසට දැන් ලෞතර බුදු පියාණන් වහන්සේ දැකගත්තා වගේ අපි හරිම සන්තෝෂයි ගොඩාක්ම පින් යාලට
උගෙන් මම පළවෙනි වතාවට ආවේ හරිම ශ්‍රද්ධාවෙන් අඳ පුදාගත්තා
අපිට නැත්තම් අපිට ඇවිදින්න පුළුවන් කාලේ මේ වගේ දෙයක් දැකගෙන අපිට සාදු කියලා වැඳ ගන්න පුළුවන් ලැබීමුණ ගැන අපිට ලොකුම වාසනාවක්
මේ තුන්වෙනි පාර ආයේ වැඳ ගන්න ගොඩාක් පින් සිද්ධ වෙනවා මේ කරන කාර්යය හැමෝටම ගොඩාක් පින්
කිසි කරදරයක් නැතුව එච්චර පොලිමේ හිටියේ නෑ අපි වැඳගත්තා බොහොම ස්තුති ගොඩාක් පින්
යේ සිරස ටීවී එකේ මම දැක්කා ඊට පස්සේ මට කොහොම හරි මේ ධාතුන් වහන්සේලා වැඳ පුදා ගන්න එන්න ආසාවක් ඇති වුණා අද ඒක කරගත්ත ඔබතුමන්ලාට පින් සිද්ධ වෙනවා
පළමු වරට තමයි මම මෙච්චර වයසට ගියත් හරියට බලාගත්තේ කරදරයක් නැහැ
Several dansal were also organized for the devotees who came to pay homage to the sacred relics. A puja was offered to the sacred relics under the guidance of Ambulugala Dantapaya Rajamaha Viharavasi Kavya Shri Pujya Elamaldiniye Sirinanda Thera.
Let's now cross over to Newsfirst Harshini Pathirana, who is standing by at the Sirasa Vesak zone with more details.
As you can see, there's a long queue beside me. Now these are the people who are coming to pay their respect and their reverence to the sacred Sarvagna and Agrashravaka relics that is residing at the MBC MTV network tonight. It is the second day of the display of the Sarvagna and Agrashravaka relics at the Sirasa head office, and it is day 2 of the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone. As you can hear, there's devotional songs being sung in the zone, and there's pandals. The Vesak pandal is taking place. It was just opened, and you also have the Vesak lanterns display, and there's also a lot of dansa happening all around the zone. So it is the day 2 of the Sirasa Vesak zone. We can see thousands of people coming this way to worship the relics as well as to attend to the dansas and watch the lanterns, the puppet shows and the pandals. So if you have not visited so far, please make your way towards the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone happening at the Break Room Place in Kalambudu. Please make your way here. And another significant event happening at the Vesak zone is that the Department of Archaeology is displaying some rare findings from the Mihintale archaeological site, which is also happening at the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone. So don't miss these opportunities. This will be your first time, and this will be a very rare opportunity for all of you. So don't miss out the opportunity. Please make your way towards the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Harshini Pathirana.
The Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone will continue at the MTV MBC head office premises until Sunday the 26th of May. The Torana or the pandal setup at the Vesak zone depicts the Kattari Jatakaya. As you wander the lantern-lit streets, allow your senses to dance with wonder. The delicate glow of lanterns cast ethereal patterns while puppetry weaves tales of virtue and awakening. Devotional melodies will also bring life to the Sirasa Vesak zone. But there is more. a revelation unveiled for the first time. The Department of Archaeology curates a special exhibition where relics unearthed during excavations at the sacred Anula Chaitya in Mihintale will be on display. These include a sword as well as clay pots, clay chests and other artifacts excavated from the depths of the Nilagiri Dagaba. And there, bathed in reverence, stands the replicas of Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva, Tara Devangana and Maitri Bodhisattva, silent emissaries from distant epochs. Devotees from all parts of Sri Lanka are visiting the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone to pay reverence to the sacred relics and enjoy the Vesak celebrations. State and private establishments have also extended their support to the Sirasa Vesak zone. A variety of dansal are open to the public, including one opened by Pan Pan. Multiple institutions in Bebru Place, including access towers, have been illuminated to bring the spirit of Vesak to Sri Lankans while joining hands with the Sirasa Vesak zone.
The Kuragala Vesak zone also continued for the second day at the historic Kuragala Rajamahaviharaya.
The Asirimat Kuragala Vesak zone, with media sponsorship from Sirasa TV, took place for the second day today, with priority given to religious observances. Youth from the National Youth Services Council, representing multiple localities in the country, took part in the Sil observances that took place in the morning. Devotees were seen visiting the historic Kuragala Rajamahavihara since morning to pay reverence to sacred relics, including the Sarvajna relics. Dhamma sermons and Dhamma discussions also took place. The Asirimat Kuragala Vesak zone, featuring pandals, lanterns and other seasonal attractions, will take place until the 29th of May. Today is day 2 of the Buddha Rashmi Vesak zone, taking place at the premises of the Hunupitiya Gangarama temple in Colombo.
The Buddha Rashmi Vesak zone, organized by the Hunupitiya Gangarama temple, was inaugurated under the patronage of President Wickramasinghe yesterday. Venerable Dr. Kirindaya Sajithero, the Viharadhikari of the Gangarama Mahaviharaya, conducted the religious ceremonies and bestowed blessings upon the President. Numerous guests from both domestic and international spheres, including diplomats, graced the occasion. The Buddha Rashmi Vesak festival features various events such as the Vesak pandals, Vesak lantern exhibitions, Buddha Batiki and Vesak Dansala.
Chairman of the Mahabodhi Society of Sri Lanka and Chief Sanganayaka of Japan, Most Venerable Banagala Upatissatthera, was given a special appreciation award yesterday. The award was presented by the World Peace and Diplomacy Organization.
The award was presented to Most Venerable Banagala Upatissatthera by Chairman of the World Peace and Diplomacy Organization, Dr. G.D. Singh. This award was presented in recognition of his outstanding work for world peace and the Buddha Shasana.
වෙසක් පුර 15ක් පොහොය දවසේ මෙය ඉතාමත්ම වටිනා අවස්ථාවක් අපේ නායක හාමුදුරනේ.
Meanwhile, the ambassador of Japan to Sri Lanka, Mizukoshi Hideaki, met with the Most Venerable Banagala Upatissatthera yesterday.
News First with the people.
President Ranil Wickramasinghe said that the Jaffna Hospital will be upgraded to a national hospital soon. The president made this statement speaking at the inauguration of the Clinical Training and Research Block of the Faculty of Medicine of the University of Jaffna.
Only last week we approved in Cabinet upgrading of the Karapitiya Hospital, and the next hospital to be upgraded as a national hospital is going to be Jaffna Hospital. I want Jaffna to have an excellent health system so that we will, not only in Colombo, the south, in the north and the central areas, immediately have good national hospitals. I feel we have to now bring to a close the issues that have affected the north and the east because of the war and focus on development, because firstly, Jaffna has had no development for a long time. There are people here without any who are looking for jobs, and the potential for Jaffna for development is great. Jaffna with its solar and the wind power capacity certainly can be one of the major power centers of Sri Lanka for energy centers from which we can also supply India. So that is where the money of Jaffna will come from Jaffna.
The President made this statement speaking at the inauguration of the Clinical Training and Research Block at the Jaffna University's Faculty of Medicine. President Wickremesinghe also spoke about the measures taken to promote truth and reconciliation.
Firstly, aspects of reconciliation, the question of missing persons, the compensation, and what do we do with truth and reconciliation. I think this is the time now we have to deal with all these issues. I hope everyone will cooperate in it. We also recently had the Nawaz Commission report, which went into all the earlier commission reports. I call it the mother of commission's report. I hope that will be the last one and there won't be a grandmother. I accept the fact what their recommendation that the missing office person needs a shake-up and has to be, certainly we'll sit down and examine what has to be done, what are the changes needed in the office, and with that comes the whole issue of paying of reparations. We couldn't pay very much in the last 2 years because economic crisis, but we have to set aside money. Then the truth, what happened and what are we doing for reconciliation. This is the issue that we have to sort out. Government is committed to bring the TRC, but the main issue is the judicial powers. So the government will have to take a decision. I've asked the two ministers to take a decision, having discussed it here with the members of parliament on all sides and with the 3 ambassadors who have been cooperating with us in helping us to get the TRC made into legislation.
Parliamentarian, President's Council M.S. Sumandiran and Minister of Fisheries Douglas Devananda also attended the event.
There is an ongoing trade union action by university non-academic staff. This is not just limited to Jaffna. It is being carried out island-wide. Both the President and the Prime Minister have paid their attention to the matter. We all know that given the situation in the country, no issue can be resolved immediately. The President does not have a majority in Parliament. Let's try to get him majority support as soon as possible and give him leadership of the country. He will make sure to solve these issues.
Meanwhile, a total of 1,286 freehold deeds encompassing all 15 divisional secretariats within the Jaffna district were distributed to the people under the Urumaya program. The President's Media Division says that the program aims to distribute freehold deeds to 13,858 people across the Mullaitivu, Kilinochchi, Vavuniya and Mana districts of the Northern Province.
The Meteorological Department strongly advises the fishing and naval community to refrain from sailing in the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea due to the adverse weather conditions until further notice.
According to the Met Department, wind speeds in the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea could reach up to 80 kilometers per hour. A fisherman who went out to sea from Sinnapadu in Udaipur, Puttalam has died. He was 46 years old and a father of 2. A similar incident was reported on the 21st of this month. 2 fishermen who went out to sea from Sambaltiu, Trincomalee were reported missing after their boat toppled over. Local fishermen and the Sri Lankan Navy have launched a search and rescue operation. Due to the southwest monsoon condition, the prevailing showery and windy conditions are expected to continue. The Met Department said that over 150 millimeters of rain can be expected in the Sabaragamu province and the Nuwara Eliya district. Showers or thundershower showers over 100 millimeters will occur at times in the western, northwestern and southern provinces and in the Galle and Mannar districts. Strong winds of about 50 to 60 kilometers per hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the central hills and in the northern, north central, western, southern and northwestern provinces and in the Trincomalee district.
In the Imadua area in Galle, strong winds have wreaked havoc, resulting in fallen trees. One tree blocked the Bogahagoda Wellawatha road from the Daduwana area, while another obstructed the Kabaragala Hatangala road, causing traffic disruptions. Additionally, several boats in Rajagamwella in Galle suffered damage due to a fallen tree. In Koswadia, along the Chilau-Colombo main road, a tree fell onto a car, injuring 3 people, including a young girl who was subsequently admitted to Maravilla Base Hospital. Meanwhile, in the Norwood Estate area, a large tree toppled onto the Hatton-Muskelia main road, leading to hours of traffic disruption. In Wallymada, strong winds damaged several houses, leaving residents without electricity. In Gonapinuwala and Alutwade areas in Galle also experienced severe weather conditions, resulting in significant property damage. The Galle Disaster Management Unit reported that 800 families in Ambalangoda and Batapola were affected by heavy rains, with 776 houses sustaining damage due to heavy winds. Furthermore, 3 sluice gates at the Polgolla Mahavali Dam were opened in response to heavy rainfall. Newsfirst correspondents highlighted an incident in the Pathadumbara Vattegedara area of Kandy where a sinkhole was reported near dwelling. Residents have lodged complaints with the Disaster Management Centre.
Over 100 temporary structures in the Karupane village in Chilau have been destroyed due to coastal erosion. The Newsfirst correspondent in the area said that coastal erosion poses a threat to the property of the villagers.
Fishing serves as the primary livelihood for the residents of Karupane village. Situated on one side of the lagoon and bordered by the sea on the other, the village has long grappled with coastal erosion. However, in recent weeks, this issue has escalated significantly. Newsfirst correspondent notes that numerous temporary structures used by villagers to dry their catch have been lost to the relentless force of the sea.
අපේ කලවල ඔක්කොම ගිහිල්ලා පුතේ මුලෙන් අපි කණ්ඩත් නැහැ බොණ්ඩත් නැහැ ගියක් ගඩලා ගිහිල්ලා පුතා අපි ආවිලා බලන්නකෝ අනේ මේ මූද ආරක්ෂා කරලා දෙන්න අපිට මේ දැනට මොනාර පිළිවෙලක් කරලා දෙන්න ගාව ඉඩ කඩන්නේ නැහැ ගෙවල් දොළවල් හදාන කොහේ හරි යන්න කරන්න.
The villagers request the authorities to set up a stone wall as a solution to prevent further coastal erosion.
Valuable Finance was awarded the best finance company for the 3rd consecutive year.
Welcome back to the news. A recent report has revealed that Sri Lanka made advancements in the Freedom of Expression Index.
The 2024 Global Expression Report states that Sri Lanka has shown improvements in freedom of expression. The report states that Sri Lanka moved from highly restricted to restricted. According to the report, Sri Lanka is one of 5 countries that made progress in terms of freedom of expression, and the other countries that made advancements are Fiji, Brazil, Niger and Thailand. Sri Lanka ranked at 94 among 161 countries in the index. The report adds that 46 countries have experienced a negative shift in expression categories since the year 2000. It added that less than a quarter of the global population live in open and less restricted expression environments. The report also said that more than half of the global population, that is around 4.2 billion people, now live in crisis countries, more people than any time this century so far.
A UN Human Rights Office report released on the 17th of May said Sri Lanka's government must take meaningful action to determine and disclose the fates and whereabouts of tens of thousands of people who have been subjected to enforced disappearance over the decades and hold those responsible to account. It called on the government to acknowledge the involvement of state security forces and affiliated paramilitary groups and to issue a public apology. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk said that the government owes it to all those who have been forcibly disappeared and that it is critical for these crimes to be investigated fully.
Over 1,500 illegal Sri Lankan migrants were repatriated from Malaysia from March to April this year.
The Sri Lankan High Commission in Malaysia facilitated the repatriation of 1,608 Sri Lankan illegal migrants. This operation, conducted in coordination with the Malaysian government's migrant repatriation program over a 2-month period from the 1st of March 2024 to the 30th of April 2024. Before the start of this repatriation program from the 1st of January to the 28th of February 2024, the High Commission facilitated the repatriation of 124 illegal migrants who were stranded in Malaysia with various difficulties. This brings the total number of repatriations to 1,732. The migrant repatriation program, which was initiated by the Malaysian government, aims to assist illegal immigrants involuntarily returning to their home countries by providing legal exemptions and financial relief. During the repatriation period, the High Commission worked diligently to process applications, provide necessary travel documents and coordinate with relevant Malaysian authorities to ensure a smooth and efficient return for all participants. Special attention was given to vulnerable groups including the elderly, pregnant women, individuals requiring medical assistance and children under the age of 12.
Judges at the top United Nations court ordered Israel to halt its offensive. Now, this order was given in halt its offensive in the southern city of Gaza and Rafah and withdraw from the enclave. Now, this order was given in a case brought by South Africa accusing Israel of genocide, citing immense risk to the Palestinian population.
The court considers that, in conformity with its obligations under the Genocide Convention, Israel must immediately halt its military offensive and any other action in the Rafah governorate which may inflict on the Palestinian group in Gaza conditions of life that could bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part.
Friday's decision marked the third time this year the 15-judge panel has issued preliminary orders seeking to rein in the death toll and alleviate humanitarian suffering in Gaza. While orders are legally binding, the court has no police to enforce them. Reading out a ruling by the International Court of Justice or World Court, the body's president Nawaf Salam said provisional measures ordered by the court in March did not fully address the situation in the besieged Palestinian enclave now, and conditions had been met for a new emergency order. Salam said and called the humanitarian situation in Rafah disastrous. He also said, quote, Israel must immediately halt its military offensive and any other action in the Rafah governorate which may inflict on the Palestinian group in Gaza conditions of life that could bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part, end quote. The ICJ has also ordered Israel to report back to the court within 1 month of its progress in applying measures ordered by the institution. Israel launched its assault on the southern city of Rafah this month, forcing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to flee a city that had become a refuge to about half of the population's 2.3 million people. Rafah, on Gaza's southern edge, has also been the main route in for aid, and international organizations say that Israeli operation has cut off the enclave and raised the risk of famine.
Up next is the road to World Cup.
The ICC T20 World Cup.
Pakistan's Ali Dar holds the record for the most T20 World Cup matches officiated, having stood on the field for 45 games between 2009 and 2022. He has since retired from umpiring. Dar was also a member of the ICC Chief Umpire Board and received the prestigious David Shepherd Award for the best cricket umpire in the world 3 times. Australia's Rod Tucker comes in second with 39 T20 World Cup matches officiated, followed by South Africa's Murray Erasmus with 33.
The ICC T20 World Cup.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News on TV1 for tonight. Do remember the Sirasa Namami Vesak zone will continue. And if you haven't already attended the Sirasa Namami Vesak zone, please do make it a point to come on down here to the head office premises of MTV MBC at Union Place in Colombo and enjoy the festivities of Vesak. Thank you very much for watching.
And as always, you take care and have a good night.